I don't want to hurt you, but...
Welcome. This is Top Tier Tips. Greetings everyone. This is Force Nature Top Tier Tips, and I welcome you to your prime spot for tips and tricks to help you level up at Dead or Alive 6. In this session, we're going to be looking at the tragic weapon herself, Kasumi Alpha Phase 4. Phase 4 has one reason to exist. To fight. Phase 4's gameplay is weird. I mean, at a base level, she does have some similarities to Kasumi, like her jab and her like 2P are pretty much the same. She has stuff like Kasumi's PP 2K, even stuff like 66 PK, 66 PP, but this, and she can like jump forward and stuff like that. But aside from some similar pokes and moves and even like similar throws, Phase 4 plays like very differently to Kasumi. Like one big thing about Phase 4 is that she is a lot more kind of teleport based than Kasumi. So I mean, as you can see right here, there's a couple ways that she can teleport. For instance, she can just teleport. She can teleport vertically. Oh, it's another one. She can teleport horizontally, and each teleport has different different bulbs. And also, she can. The new one is her basically now her teleport cancel, and like with the teleport cancel, it can basically allow for different kind of follow-ups and stuff like that. Anyways, once you're done Phase 4's command training, and combo challenge, then you're ready to bop fools online with your teleport swagness and green mist. Not quite. It's gonna take a little bit more than that to teleport yourself to victory. I'll just lay this out here. Phase 4 is hard. I mean like really hard. So basically if you don't like hard, then it is perfectly fine to look at Kasumi as an alternative. Phase 4's neutral is also a bit limited. However, when I say limited, I don't necessarily mean bad. I just mean that you're going to be working with fewer tools compared to other characters. Although that's not necessarily a bad thing, because some people like having fewer tools to have to think about or worry about. Whereas although some other people may prefer having more tools to work with at your disposal. So that's basically another area where Phase 4 and Kasumi differ. Alright, I'm about to put on your best friend in training mode, the move details box, also referred to as the skill info, and let's see what Phase 4 is packing under all that green mist. Alright, she's got a 9-frame jab, an 11-frame elbow, which looks a lot like Kasumi's 4P, and a 12-frame down jab, which also happens to be neutral on hit, so that means that her jab remains 9-frame, her 6P remains 11 frames, and her 2P again stays 12 frames. Which is really good, because I'll just say like straight up, in close range with Phase 4, that's all you're really going to be doing is like jab jab, 6P free cancels, 2P, or alright, let's see what other stuff you can do. You can also do PP 2K, 1K, and launcher throw. That right there is basically Phase 4 neutral 101. Because remember I said earlier that her neutral's limited? Like in close range, that is basically just all you're gonna be doing with her. And honestly, you can get away with just doing that. So you got a fast jab, a fast elbow, a fast 2P. So the worst that will happen generally is that you'll trade. Alright, well, if someone has an 18 damage 6P like Kasumi, Zack, or Janli, it can beat out your elbow. And let's see, you also got a good tracking move and a good normal hit stunning low with 1K. So this is basically like a nice go-to tracking move. And of course, oh, let's see, what's another good tracking move? Launcher throw. And I'll go over the throws a little later, but you could do some great damage off of that. And basically, people are just going to be afraid to block Phase 4 because of this throw. And of course, she still has Kasumi's... well, that's right, that's actually from Kasumi's DOA 4 Oboro throw, but look at that, she still gets 68 damage from a 17-frame throw. Only really like Kasumi and Phase 4 have this type of 3-3-T throw, so that's really cool. For other tracking moves you can do with Phase 4, she's got well, this is pretty much Kasumi's P plus K. The difference is that with phase 4, it's just P plus K. In order to do anything other than just P plus K after this, you need to just frame a follow-up in just P plus K, P plus K. See, it's an on-hit just frame. You see right there, you go into phase 4's teleport stance. Well, for this stance, it's called Chifu, but I don't even know if the teleports, if they still have the names in here, but in Dead or Alive 6, but that's their Chifu stance. In the Chifu stance, you have options out there. Your elbow is generally your best option. So other options you can do out of that. Oh, geez. So yeah, the timing for the teleports can be a little tight. It's basically an on-hit just frame. So if I can get this again. Like that. There's the P plus K. Phase 4's old critical burst gives you a gut stun. The opponent falls over. And there's also... Oh, geez, I'm messing this up. And there's also a K option out of there, although... The teleport off this is really awkward. So generally what I just like 4P... What I just like 4P for is just on counter hit, because it's a 14 frame move. It's pretty fast. So right here, you get a 26 frame stun off it. So you don't even really have to worry about the teleport that much, even though you do... It is basically allows you to have more options, but after this stun, you could basically just like launch right away off it. You got a new double knee, which is actually... This is basically your new mid-kick launcher, but you need to teleport off it. That's your 3-3K. Then do 2 P plus K after it. Then you could be able to... Well, if I show what you can do off it. And you can do like a little combo. That's 6BK teleport. Well, for teleport, I'll just say teleport, or it's the P plus K just frame. If I say teleport cancel, it's 2 P plus K or teleport cancel. I don't remember if you can do it off the P plus K, but off of things. All right, that's a normal one. Yeah, off of her, I think off of majority of her launchers, aside from like 3-3P, you can usually go into the teleport. Her best launcher straight up is 4K, 14 frames. It is a high kick, but this, like this, you could get like pretty solid damage even just on like normal hit, counter hit, whatever with the 4K launcher. Also thanks to well, the really generous air throw damage. So yeah, but one thing that is nice about phase 4 is you honestly don't really have to worry about that much in terms of using the tools. The biggest thing you have to concern yourself about is getting down just the teleport timing. Basically, a lot of moves are in the form of an auto double. For auto doubles, the timing is just simply you press P plus K or 2 P plus K, which is down P plus K. Do it right before the second auto double hits. So right after the first move hits, press it. So right here you see you get options. Do you want to use the Chifu options, or do you want to free cancel? If they do a hold, then you can go for like a launcher throw. So I mean, like yeah, I mean, for DOA 6, the teleport cancels is where a lot of the creativity with phase 4's tech is going to come from. Okay, we're going to be looking at phase 4's high crushes, low crushes, and tracking moves and other related things right now. First, let's just look at phase 4's high crushes, or moves that beat out highs. Alright, 2P will be your go-to high crush because it's 12 frames, it's safe, there's almost like no... It instantly high crushes, there's no reason to not chuck it out in close range, so 2P is a good go-to high crush. Another one would be her 1P right there. See, this one also happens to be a good tracking move. So with 1P in itself will leave you very negative on it. It's a very heavy negative on normal hit low, but that's because it has a good follow-up. Right here, it gives you a plus 16 stun. Enough for 6P or 3P, and I'll just let you know right now, if you do 3P, always go into a teleport where you get that silly auto double. So either the Chifu teleport or the teleport cancel after 3P. That's a little heads up. As for 1P, there's a teleport option between the second and third hits. If the string gets blocked, you will be unsafe and you can't teleport on block with that move. And I'll let you know a little later that very few moves actually can teleport on block, so that's one thing you have to be really careful with. But if you confirm a hit, then you get teleport options, either teleport cancel or a Chifu stance. So this move is good high crush and good track and move. For other high crushes, he has Kasumi's 2H plus K. This one's only really good for a knockdown. It high crushes really well, can even go under some mids, but it's just simply a little knockdown. So this is a move you just chuck out if you're certain you're going to go under something and you just want that knockdown. So yeah. Other good high crushes is 3-3P. So that's like Kasumi's, well, it's like Kasumi's 3-3P, so just launches on counter hits, so it lifts stun on normal hit. So 3-3P is a good high crush. Just think there's anything else here I'm really forgetting. Not sure if 4-4K, I mean 4K high crushes or 4P, I don't think so. But 4K is such a fast move at 14 frames that you'll beat out quite a bit of stuff anyways. But really for high crushes, 2P, 1P, 3-3P, and if you just really want to knock down 2H plus K. As for low crushes now, moves that beat out lows. Okay, go to, well, really, she has a move just like Kasumi's 9K, her own 9K. It's very slightly different. It's only one, well, it's one move, even though it hits twice. This move is now an auto double. An auto double means that in between the first and second hit, you have a teleport opportunity now. If this move gets blocked, you'll be unsafe. And you can't teleport on block either with this move, so you do have to kind of confirm a hit. And you can, same thing, Chifu stance or teleport cancel. But this move crushes lows really well. It's a 17 frame move, so that's reasonably fast. For other low crushes, you have 7K, which is kind of like a DP like move. If this move gets blocked, you'll be left at minus 30. So I mean, yeah, you could be punished with like whatever the opponent wants, but this move is another move that you toss out when you're certain it's going to hit. It's 12 frames. It crushes lows pretty high. Don't think it really beats out highs that well, but it has some like weird crush properties where I think it can avoid highs slightly. But at 12 frames, it just simply and 33 damage. It just simply beats things out pretty outright. And as you see right there, it has a teleport opportunity. You can do Chifu follow-ups after it. So yeah, so this one's both like a launcher, kind of like a DP-like move, but just as you've been warned, it's minus 30 on block. As for other low crushes, you can jump. You have a few options out of that. P option, K option, which can go into teleport. Let's see. Yep, also can lead into Chifu. So that's just jump forward K or 9PK. And phase 4 has a new move, which is kind of ridiculous. It's basically a completely unreactable 9P P plus K, minus 2 on block. So the other options are pretty unsafe. She has a throw 2. Just like Kasumi's jump and throw, if you press back and T... what did I mess with that? If you press back and T, then you get a follow-up that changes switches sides. If you don't press anything, you just go... oh wow, I still press something. If you just don't press anything, then it does 56 damage, so yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, now just go over Kasumi's tracking moves now. I don't think... oh! One more high crush. She has Kasumi's 8P. This move is really good. 20 frames, minus 4 on block, safe. Doesn't track, but it evades lows really well. When it hits, gives you a great plus 22 stun, so free 6P, 3P, and or of course like almost any launcher, like a 6/6, 3/3K or 4K launcher. I mean, honestly, 4K is a good go-to. So yeah, 8P is a really good move. Now I'm gonna take a look at her tracking moves. And for her tracking moves, I'll even just show you the ones I already said. 1K is really good. PK is good. PP2K can stop it. Throws. Technically 2H plus K also tracks, but that move is kind of slow and unsafe. I prefer P plus K and 1K are good go-tos. If you're certain the opponent's going to sidestep, then you can use 4P. I can even check right now to see if... I can even check to see right now if this move, I think... let's see if it gets a fatal stun. Yes, it does. I was right. Any move... alright, let's let you know right now. Any move that gets This stun on normal hit will cause a fatal stun on sidestep, but it is a pretty risky move. It's minus 12 on block, so it's pretty much only a hard read when you're going to end up... It's basically only going to be a hard read when you end up catching someone sidestepping and getting that fatal stun off it. A couple other tracking moves you can use with phase 4 is her P, 6P, or punch forward punch. This is the second hit is just like People's K. It even has a... If I can get it... It also has a teleport option. Just like People's K, the teleport timing is a little tighter than most teleport options, but there is an option right there. And another one is her H plus K. This one is not really intended to be used in close. It leaves you at minus 12 on block, but it does push back like Kasumi's forward punch kick or 6BK. Phase 4 doesn't get the benefit of this move coming off an 11 frame elbow. It's just a 17 frame tracking move, so it leaves you at negative on normal hit, but if you do hit it on counter hit, then it does cause that same spin as like with 4P, so from around mid-ish range, this is a decent tracking option. Phase 4's neutral game is surprisingly decent. The actual kind of quantity of moves that she uses in general may feel a little limited, even though her move list still lists over 100 moves. But from a mid-range, Phase 4 is okay, mainly because she has this move. This is 6-6K. And right there, this is exactly how you don't use the move, because I just left myself at minus 17 in front of the opponent and get punished however the hell they want to. What I want you to do with it is transition to a teleport. All of a sudden now I get +1 frame advantage when I go into her Tenfu stance. Yes, the vertical teleport is called Tenfu. But in order to enforce your frame advantage, you have to choose an option. See, there's the P option, it's unsafe. There's the K option, also unsafe. And there's a P plus K option, leaves you as a -4 guard break, so you're safe on block with it, and at 2 frames it's completely unreactable in every way possible. And there's also a... well, not that. There we go, a throw option. You want the opponent to fear the throw option so it can open them up for your mids. See, the P option gives you a +28 stun, and which a +28 stun, that means easy launcher attempt. And you see, you can go into the Chifu stance off of the Tenfu K option. That's also Phase 4's bound move. I like going into off of the Tenfu K, I like going into the teleport cancel, because then you can go for you can basically easily follow up after the bound with either 236P or the break blow. So 66K to teleport will basically be your go-to get-in move. Other moves you can use is her 66P, just like Kasumi's 66P. It's a good 16 frame get-in move. When you do hit the opponent, you get a nice +16 stun, so free elbow, and that's even enough to be able to go for like a 4K, or well, that's the only launcher that will really work, because the other launchers are too slow. But naturally, 66P has follow-ups, and I think it's pretty much the same follow-ups as Kasumi. 66PP. You could go into the Chifu stance, so you get the Chifu mix-ups after this. The second hit is a track and high, so yeah, it's just like Kasumi's. This move also can teleport on block like 66K, so that is good to know. She also inherited Kasumi's 66PK, so you have a fast track and move after it. So for people that like to duck under that, because you can block the first hit, duck the second, then the second hit will nail them. If they do call you out on doing 66PK, then you'll be -12, and then you could be punished for it. Alright, well, technically a 12 frame throw wouldn't be enough, but a 10 frame throw would be enough, so yes, you can get throw punished fairly easily if the opponent blocks that. Alright, now for some other options you can do there from like mid, long range, well, from around mid range. Is there 3K is a good poke, just like Kasumi's 3K, 14 frame mid kick. So this is a good move right here. I also said that your tracking options, H plus K and your 1P, are both good also from mid-range. From long range, Phase 4 has inherited Kasumi's awesome elbow. You see right there, it's a 7 frame out of the Chifu stance. It's a 7 frame high elbow, high punch, whatever. It leaves you at -4, so it's completely safe from punishment. Although technically, I think Phase 4 had the good elbow first. Kasumi is the one who gained the good elbow in DOA 6. So this move is really I don't know, you just basically can't react to it. What the opponent has to do is they have to react to the stance, and you have a couple mid options out of there, and of course you have a throw option. Well, that's the awesome wall version, and there, just like Kasumi's 3P plus KT, so that's good. Talking about unreactable moves, do you know what's an unreactable move from range? This bad boy right here, 9P P plus K. I'll just say right now, this move could be really cheap. What it is 9P and just 2 frames of animation. That's basically like all it is. And see, the frame advantage can vary a little bit depending on where you hit, and it usually does create a bit of space, but I mean, that's like doing an open space in a corner. Your position can be weird, but still though, I mean, at worst you're like about -5, so you're usually just completely safe from punishment. You can throw the opponent off easily, and again, the opponent has to respect this, so it just makes these kind of like unreactable moves so... It makes them so deadly when you have a throw option coupled with them. Phase 4's throw game is good. I mean, she basically inherited Kasumi's throw game, and Kasumi's throw game's pretty damn awesome. So, I mean, you see right there, her 5-frame neutral throw does 45 damage and can get environmental damage too. Right there, so that's really good for a neutral throw. Her 7-frame punish throw is 50 damage, pretty standard, but Phase 4 has another 7-frame throw, just like Kasumi. 6-6T. It's a 2-part throw, and if I don't press the follow-up, I just get behind the opponent at 0 frames and 0 damage. Don't really want that. So what you want to do is do 6-6T, combo throw, press the T button, now you're at +10 plus back turn. Do you know why that's good? Plus turn plus back turn is the same as +15, because in Dead or Alive 6, it requires 5 frames to turn around and block. So +10 plus back turn is the same as +15, so that means any 13 frame or faster move is guaranteed, and that includes 7K. So you can go for a 7K into a Chifu follow-up type juggle attempt. But if you just simply want the damage off of 6-6T off the 7-frame 7-frame throw, do 2T and you get 55 damage, perfectly respectable damage. Phase 4 has a couple 10-frame throws. Her quarter circle back 214T, that's 58 damage, which is really solid. That's like 92 on high counter. But her interesting throw is her 4-6T back forward T. You see right here, it's doesn't really do damage, but it leaves you at +14. So at +14, that means wrong sting. Your 7K will be guaranteed, and you can like go for like a small like juggle or anything. I just kind of just threw that together. So yeah, so you can try and like maximize that for like better damage. So if you just want the damage, the quarter circle back T is perfectly fine. But yeah, it's Phase 4, so you're gonna like juggles. Talking about juggles, let's move on to Phase 4's 12-frame throw. You know what it is. 236T. This bad boy here. Is what leads to some really dangerous juggles. And basically, when you're fighting Phase 4, there's 2 things that you fear the most when you're fighting Phase 4. Getting counter hit by 6T, or getting launched by this. And to help out, Phase 4 also has the 17-frame throw. I showed you it earlier. 68 damage off of on normal throws. That's over 100 damage on high counter. So yeah, this throw is really dangerous. It's 17-frame throw, so it can catch kind of delayed responses like fuzzy guards or stuff like that. So yeah, so this is a good variety of throws. But let me show you some stuff off of her launcher throw. gets even crazier under a ceiling. And of course, Phase 4 has a few stance throws to keep note of. Chifu T, which basically can complement her Chifu K, Chifu P plus K, a couple mids, even Chifu Elbow. So yeah, that's good. And of course, Jumpin' T. What makes this throw so good is that the opponent has to respect Phase 4's mid, so that's also really good. And are there any other throws? And of course, Phase 4 has a run-in throw. And just for kicks, Phase 4 has a Chifu low throw. Looks just like that, so don't think you could try it and sneak in low holding or anything like that against Phase 4. Oh, while we're talking about low throws, Phase 4 is a really nice low throw. She's got Kasumi's 1T. And yes, it can hit a ceiling. Check this out. Phase 4's hold game is pretty decent. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. Hell, even majority of the holds are just like Kasumi's. Like, her high punch hold is just like Kasumi's. This is one of the more unique ones that she has. Her mid punch hold, if I'm not mistaken, it can get... should be able to get wall damage too. Yeah, it can. If Phase 4 has her back to the wall. Other than that, the rest of her holds are pretty much just like Kasumi. Although she does benefit from some of also Kasumi's combo holds. For instance, her low kick hold. See, it bounces the opponent like this. And then you can start a combo with your 4K. And I'll just show combos and all that kind of stuff later. Phase 4 also has two expert holds. She has an expert mid kick hold just like Kasumi. Inputted with back forward or 4-6H. Looks like this. Alright, so what you actually do after this is dash up, then you can start your combo also with 4K. And the other one that Phase 4 has is a unique expert hold just to her. Kasumi does not have this one. It's an expert high punch hold. This one's inputted with forward, up, back, or 6-7H. And follow up. You could follow it with 1P, and with this one I recommend... oh, I'm doing it too slow. Is to go into the teleport so you can get up like a proper follow off it. Alright, so I'll show you some combos you can do this, and Ayani, stop whacking me, please. With regards to Phase 4's expert holds, I highly recommend the expert high punch hold or the advanced hold, so forward, up, back, H. Highly recommend that one. Although for the mid kick hold, I mean, you can get good damage off of the juggle, but the normal mid kick hold actually isn't that bad. It's the same as Kasumi's, where it keeps the opponent right in front of you, so you can try and pressure on their wake up right afterwards. So like, either option for this one is fine, even though I know the damage off the expert hold is pretty juicy. Phase 4's wall game is pretty awkward. Alright, Phase 4's gameplay in general is pretty awkward, but at a wall with Phase 4... I mean, if you are gonna like wall slam with her, then I would probably recommend any version of her 3P plus KP. Same with like 3P teleport P, so I mean stuff like that. But the best thing about having Phase 4 when she has her opponent back in the corner is just that her 3-3T throw just becomes like really good. And you can set up like so much potential damage off it, off the type of combos you can do off that throw. So it's just making the opponent fear that throw really works to your advantage. But for wall slamming moves, apart from the let's call it the elbow of justice, you can also do like 6H plus K, 4P, 7K, even though 7K is awkward because you have to do the teleport cancel to really be able to do anything off of it, aside from like doing like an elbow like that. So you can like do, for instance, if I can set it up, wrong one, like just P, you can do P, KKK, so even though that's not really much of a juggle. But let's say if you were to wall slam, for instance, with something, even like, let's say, 6H plus K, then I'll just show you I'll show you a little bit the juggle you can do off it. Oh, if you'd like the small wall slam, you can get it with 6P or the first part of the 9K. You have to teleport, or it will just knock the opponent down automatically. Once you do wall slam the opponent, follow up with this combo. And if you get the small wall splat, use this combo. Alright guys, that's it for now. Alright, I'm just gonna give you a little tip. Teleport that may give you a little difficulty is the one off of this move here. Like the teleport timing can be a little tighter than other ones other than this one. The recommendation I do is just simply practicing doing the one off 4K, so 4K P plus K, because then it becomes like a bit of a rhythm. So keep a bit of a rhythm in your head with that combo, because once you do, you start to get used to the timing of this. So P plus K, P plus K, kind of like that. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact me on my YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. So that means leaving a very lovely, juicy comment down below. You can also contact Force Nature on freestepdodge.com. And be sure to check out my other character guides and my other top tier tips advanced guides, as I'm motor along really nicely on those. And if you'd like to support this channel, feel free to join Top Tier Fighters. The support does help, and I do appreciate it. And I welcome the newest patrons that I've gotten fairly recently. Anyways, this is Force Nature signing off. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time on Top Tier Tips.
Winner! I have taken one more.